Thank you so much. My name is Aatmn Parmar. I'm founder of Redikall, the multi-chakra system designed to ease your life with consciousness expansion. Sounds like a big jargonish things, but I'll tell you, Redikall has made life so easy and simple for everyone. It may appear to be complicated on the first go. However, it really makes a lot of difference in your life and teaches you how to take life in stride and make it easier than ever before. And multi-chakra guidance teaches you, and all the Redikall techniques teaches you. We've made it so simple day by day. This goes back to, I think, 2006. I don't remember right now the exact date, when I was sitting in the same flat I'm right now going live from, that is in Ahmedabad. I had no plan. I was just meditating. And suddenly I heard a voice and I was tutored by a voice and told about 5 chakras. It was like a secret being revealed in chaste Hindi and with Sanskrit overtone. And I was pretty kind of intrigued, taken aback, and at the same time wondering what's happening. I was told that this knowledge has been given to, or is being given to 5 people all over the world, and whoever takes it creatively will get maximum support. And I was just wondering, what do I do with it and how to use, etc. was shown. In those days, I used to diagnose chakras only with the pendulum. And it was so much of fun, when I was doing with the pendulum. So I learned first 5 chakras, excited, but didn't know what to do. In the evening, around 5, 6 students came up around, I don't remember, 5 to 7. And each one of them had some of the other troubles. And I could use those 5 chakras and they became much better. Somebody's knee pain disappeared. Somebody's cold cough disappeared. Somebody had some other issues. And I mean, I was just astonished that how quick, how fast the whole knowledge could be. And that was life transforming. I went back to Mumbai, where we had a center in those days. And I remember experimenting on my old students. Some of them are there. I'm so proud to have Anita here. Anita, hi. Would you like to just say hi to everyone? You need not put the video on if you're in a kind of a different, but it would be a pleasure to greet her. Yes, Anita.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
So Anita, in literal sense, was one of those first few bakras. It was such a joy to play around, and experimenting, answering questions. A lot of people ask me, why are you so patient with people who keep asking same question again and again? Redikall has evolved over a period of time through question answers. So when I was asking questions, when people were asking questions, I was asking to the guys up there, and I would get answers, and somebody would take it down. Initially, 2 young girls, Asha and Anata, they had taken down, and of course, Anita was one of them, to help them out, and they created a note and gifted me. And first course that I took was with 21 minor chakras. Now, people who don't know what minor chakras are, let me go systematically and tell you. Chakras are energy centers. They are vibrant, powerful energy centers in the body. In Indian literature, 7 chakras are described. A lot of people have disputes over the positioning and the numbers. Now they say there are 9 chakras. There can be multiple chakras, and it doesn't matter. What you do with the chakras, how you understand and interpret is more important. Those 7 chakras are more generalized and talk about a lot of general emotions and thoughts and beliefs and stages of evolution. But if you want to catch a particular thought that is so powerful, it gets difficult to know it very precisely. We also have hundreds of small little energy centers in each and every part of the body. Almost every organ, every cells, every tissue, every part of the body rather would have its own chakra. So a number of chakras that we could have out of that. More than 250 plus have been diagnosed or figured out, and we have a knowledge of those chakras in great details. Now, how does it work? Your thought has a tendency to get settled in certain energy centers and stagnate the energy of that particular chakra. And when the energy gets stagnated, the local body part starts getting affected, and we radiate vibrations accordingly. And those vibrations eventually create its manifestations. A lot of time, the books like Secret, a lot of people who believe in art of manifestation, um, and a lot of such workshops and trainings, they know that they should be thinking positive, right? But what is positive? For some, positivity for you could be negativity for somebody, and vice versa. So eventually you've forgotten what is positive for you out of thousands of thoughts that you have in and out. To trace which thought did not go right for you to manifest what it manifested becomes a big story. So what we do is we take an easier way out. We nicely blame people for what they do to trouble us. We blame food, we blame machines, we blame systems, we blame people, we blame so many uh, stories, right? Including black magic, past lives, ancestors, because it's so easy to say, okay, because of this, I am going through what I'm going through. However, what we don't realize is we also are responsible to give hook to this kind of energies to get anchored in our system and manifest through us. And how do we do that? I'm not saying that extraneous thoughts, energies, emotions, curses, black magics, voodoos doesn't really affect us. What I wanted to tell you is they can only affect us if we have an anchoring thought or belief that lets them have a hold over us. So eventually, it's all about our story, because somewhere we co create our stories. And if we co create our story, just knowing that is not enough. You need to know, how did we co create? Which thought, which belief, which emotion? And to trace that, you need to find a way and a mechanism. Redikall has made it so simple through multi chakra knowledge. Today, even people, when they come with heaviest black magic or ancestral story, if they're patient enough and they are ready to look within, it gets easier for me to help them find out what's happening. What is their thought that is entertaining this? What is their learning needs? What is their soul wishing through various experiences? And if we can align to that, life can become very easy, simple, and effortless. I had a young girl today. We had a process where there was a clear-cut story of a lot of ancestral traumas, where the family is getting scattered, shattered, and a lot of defamations. It all boiled down to her need to remain honorable in her own eyes. The soul only wanted to create a challenging situation where she can figure out how to regain that honor for herself on her own against all odds. Now, once she understands the game that she's playing, the drama that she's playing, and why things are happening the way they're happening, once it made sense, she was so much at peace after that. And she knew now a direction. She knew what she needs to do. And eventually, I know that she will work it out. Now, that is only possible through the guidance from chakra intelligence. So each chakra gives us amazing insights, amazing ideas, amazing breakthroughs. So to understand how it works and how to interpret, that remains now the art. Before I do my yep, if there are questions coming up, my request would be to put it in the chat box, and I'll keep answering even that in between. Right now, there are no questions. Okay, fine. Thank you. But if there are, I'll be happy to answer. Now, this probably would make you a little more confused than ever before. So I need to give a little example. Most of you would know because I see a lot of senior students who've taken this training even 20 years back are here. There are some people who have taken trainings just few days before are also here. So it's a pleasure to see the very mixed crowd. And also there are people who are coming here out of curiosity. There are ways and means to check chakras, and you can do it in different ways. So okay, I'm just reading one. How does pendulum help in understanding the chakra status quo? Wow, a good question. Okay, so when I learned pendulum, I was told that it's crystal, which has the intelligence, and the crystal, when programmed, will move and will give you the guidance. After I understand mind, I know that our fingertips are connected to the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind knows all questions, answers, solutions, and guidance to all your problems. It has its answers, it has its solution. Interestingly, we haven't been taught how to bridge the conscious mind with the subconscious mind. If you'd learn the art of bridging, you would find that answer so easily from your subconscious mind on your own. However, till such time, we need to take a little external support. So pendulum is the bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Your fingers are directly connected to your subconscious mind. And that's a reason even the handwriting analysis experts will be able to tell you what's happening in spite of your attempt to fool them or cheat them or distract them. So your fingers invariably connects to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind guides these fingers as per the programming that we have for the pendulum. You have to program the pendulum and the subconscious mind. So it's not the pendulum, but essentially the program is for the subconscious mind and the fingers to create a neural pathway to move in a certain direction so that you can find the answers, guidance, and solutions. Now the question comes, does my conscious mind interfere with that? Yes and no. If you want, you can. If you don't want, you don't. So how? So classical dowsing usually has very limited questions. Classical, I'm not talking, there are versions and variations. So what we can associate with pendulum is the dowsing story. So you generally, train your pendulum to give you answers of yes, no, uh, right, wrong, maybe, may not. There are a few movements and you have the answers, but answer may not be yes and no, right it, wrong. So for example, you have a question, should I be going to Delhi or not? Now, the answer may not be just yes and no. It cannot be black or white, right? It can have various shades. Radical student was asked, what are the consequences of going to Delhi? Or what are the consequences of not going to Delhi? What is the reason I should go and what do I expect? Or what do I align myself to when I go to Delhi? And answers like this can add to your awareness and consciousness expansion. So there's a way to ask this question, and answers to those questions are invariably there in your subconscious mind. Pendulum acts as a bridge. More you'll be able to figure out when you actually hold. No amount of intellectualization can introduce you to sheer beauty and magic of the brilliant answers and solutions that you get through pendulum. Did I answer your question? Thank you. Okay. Next that I'm going to take up is the chakras talk to us in different ways. We can interpret chakras through pendulum, and pendulum is just one such way. And I do agree that at times you may force upon certain answers and manipulate the movement, but you know that you can cheat the whole world and not yourself. This particular reading, you do it for yourself and not to cheat the whole world. So we always recommend do the chakra reading mainly for yourself. We also have various other methods. And what is that? The most reliable way to understand chakra is through your body. The body does not lie. The body is fantastically intelligent and sensitive. And answers and solutions that you get through your body consciousness can be so amazing. So for example, you are working on something and suddenly you get a right elbow pain and you've never got that. You don't have arthritis, you don't have any problem. And you just don't want to go in a certain direction and your right elbow starts hurting and you know that you're feeling vulnerable and hence you're not going. And if you can address your vulnerability properly, you may be able to go in a particular direction you've been avoiding, because it's not the direction that you need to avoid. You simply need to avoid, feeling vulnerable. There was a gentleman who was not getting the desired success in his business. And he had a pain over here. Now, this particular angle pain over here indicates the possibility of being arrogant. And he had no other symptoms, wouldn't believe in pendulum at all. He wouldn't even believe in this chakra. I said, you don't have to believe, no worries at all. So the statement like, I humbly succeed, simple statement, I humbly succeed in my business, created magic. What magic? First, the pain went. And in a few days, he started getting positive results. Of course, he had to deprogram and reprogram his mind to succeed in a humble way. And that's what we eventually taught him in a workshop as well as in a training program. We had several such cases. Maybe I can give you those examples a little later. I'll tell you some of the benefits that you could get out of learning this. Okay. One is acute awareness of your incorrect thought process, because once you understand the language of your body through chakra intelligence, you will almost never think incorrect, because a single thought which goes out of alignment, your body will give you some signs from simple twitching, itching to severe ache or pains. That's one. Secondly, you almost always very well know what is the right decision or action for you. And you can figure that out in a much easier way. Rather than wasting time and complicating your stories, you can figure it out well in advance and take easier way out. Third, you get answers to how, why, what very easily. Fourth, you can take decision by evaluating the pros and cons in a better way. Fifth, you can understand the relationship dynamics and how you owe the responsibility of the relationships. Most of the time when the relationships go sour, you want to correct the other person. Redikall will teach you what is it in you that is manifesting the relationship dynamics, and you can very well understand yourself and many more people through chakra guidance. And based on that, you can modify your approach without changing anyone. Chakra guidance also teaches you why you have certain challenges in your business, career, education, or finances. And it will give you accurate understanding of why things are not working out, if at all, or what you could do to enhance that, and what should be the right thought process that can bring about the manifestations and results as per your wish and desire. And of course, there are many, many, many such benefits. For me and for a lot of students, reading and knowing about chakra has become a way of life. I mean, it's like a kind of a everyday Bible or a Gita that we move around with. And for every now and then, for every story, we keep referring to chakra intelligence. And at times, you don't even need external help. Your body, through chakras, can communicate so well with you if you take care to open up and learn from the communication of the body. So, how do you do that? We learn this as a part of spiritual solution curriculum. It's a very deep and in-depth curriculum where you learn step by step under a mentor's guidance. And second option, which I'm reintroducing after discontinuing for a long time, but in a different way, in a different format, with a little more in-depth awareness and understanding that I have got over a period of time as a facilitator and as an author of this radical chakra knowledge. So why I'm doing this is because a lot of people do not have patience to do uh, an in-depth spiritual solution curriculum spreading over almost 1 year. You have to keep following up the curriculum. And sometimes you just want to know what is it, and you want a quick fix, quick solution, however superficial or shallow, it doesn't matter, but you want it right now. And you want to learn it, over the weekend or something. For them, I'm reviving this course as a crash course in Radical, where I'm going to give you the best of almost uh, 5 levels. And the small. It's like, how you go to a restaurant and they'll tell you the roti basket or, chat basket, where you have collections. So the best I've collected and put in one course. Uh, it's more like enjoying in the moment, sampling in the moment, and at the same time, having a great value that you can take back along and continue practicing and evolving and growing over a period of time. Ritika is asking, do we need prior knowledge of pendulum? No, you don't need that. You don't need a prior knowledge of pendulum. You can. I'm going to teach you how to use pendulum in the workshop itself. Yes. Um, I'll give you a little example and a little, um, practical demonstration of how it works, right? Before that, I would invite some of the senior students who've learned Radical to tell us how Radical has helped us so far. Would anybody would like to come forward and talk about it? Hemanti, Varsha, Mamta. Mm. Yes, Leila. Thank you so much, Leila.
For me, Redikall is like a Bible to me. Not only helped myself, but I have helped so many clients with that advanced Redikall curriculum. It's awesome. Like, it surprises me how the messages comes at times, even from the message from the ancestors have come through the same advanced Redikall. And I'm very happy that I could manage to do the things before lockdown and used advanced Redikall big time throughout the lockdown period for myself as well as for my clients. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Aatmn.
Thank you, Laila. Laila is one of those earliest students. Laila, you remember which year you did Radical? First Radical exposure.
I don't remember that, but I remember the Yari Road ka thing where we were meeting up
Yes, yes, yes.
for the
Right.
small minor chakra, and it used to irritate me a lot at that time. I also remember Devlali when we had been. That time also, still we were doing with the pendulum and all that stuff without
Yes,
the curriculum book in hand.
right.
You are
Now there
channeling.
are different methods. We can use it through mobile app. We can use it through booklet. We can use it in many ways. Yeah, pendulum is just one of the ways, though I still love pendulum. Okay, thank you, Laila. Thank you so much. Okay, anyone who'd like to share their experiences with Redikall? Yes, Amit. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, so I'm relatively newer as compared to Leila. I just got exposure to Redikall around 2 years back. But I must say that this is one way of connecting to your subconscious mind, which is so easy and that every person can do it. You need not to be a healer. You need not to know anything else. Just basic ways of understanding basic things of Redikall helps you to understand yourself so much. Each chakra, each reading gives you so precise uh, understanding of your thought process, of your subconscious mind, and it helps you to create so much of awareness about self that you are able to overcome the challenges which you are facing. So it's one of the easiest way and the most correct and the precise way of connecting to your subconscious and helping yourself. That's what I can say.
Smith is an educationist. He's running a school in North near Delhi, and is by profession he's an engineer, right, Amit, or something more to that?
That's
That's it. Okay. So coming from a highly intellectual background, you can imagine, the subject, which is esoteric and metaphysical, could have been a big challenge for him to even open up to and accept it. But today, I think it's become a part of his life. Thank you so much, Amit. Yes, Mamta,
Yes, Aatmn.
I.
Hi. In fact, what I feel is we have become the walking, talking example of life is easy, life is effortless, and life is a lot of fun. And that all has happened because of Redikall.
Yeah. Thank you.
The
Can you
love that we have got through Redikall is immense. I mean, immeasurable.
give one
Thank you.
practical example, Laila? Sorry, no, Mamta, can you give a practical example which
Okay.
can, make sense? Because this
Okay.
is too kind of random.
Sure. For example, when, of course, I was your student when you taught us clinical hypnotherapy. And then later on, it so happened I had a tragic incident in my life where I lost my husband in a car crash and I was shattered. And my thing was knowing certain things I couldn't help, and I was in huge guilt trip. And it was Redikall who brought me back. And there was a 360-degree turn. And today I'm an inspiration to many. People look up to me. And the moment they hear my story, they cannot believe that this has happened. And I said, this all has happened because of Redikall. And then you experience it. Because if I tell you, oh, this, I live in South India. So if this masala dosa is nice in this hotel, you won't know. Go eat it. So experience Redikall. That's my example. Jiti Jakti example I can tell you.
Mamta is a special educator. She's handling special education, and she is an advisor, come great asset to 2 schools and a mentor to several of our mentees who are actively getting guidance day in and out from Mamta. I don't know how she manages her time, there's so much in her hands, and yet she would call me up and say, hey, there is any work, any translation? I still have little time left. And I wonder where and how she gets that energy, but I know it's just sheer positivity that she radiates and her love for work. Thank you, Mamta, for being you.
It's Redikall, Aatmn. Once again, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gunjan? Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Radical has become part of the life. And 2 points that I wanted to touch upon was, which has really happened in my life. I've been a radical student for more than a year now. I think one thing is I know myself so well with radical. I no more blame situations. I no more blame others. I no more blame anybody for whatever is happening. And I don't have this why me attitude anymore. I just know why it is happening and what can I do to move forward, to resolve it. I think that's a beautiful blessing we can get. Second to which, there is a trend with everybody who, people want to experience meditation, alignment per se. But I have seen in a lot of modalities as we have done, we feel that it is very difficult. It takes time and we cannot be in alignment. So that we have to factor time out for ourselves to be in meditation. But the way you have taught us and the way we have connected with Radical, we are disconnected. When we feel we are not connected, we are still in alignment. So becoming a part of the bigger plan, becoming a part of this universal consciousness that gives us a lot of wisdom at every step, I think it is so beautiful to experience that meditation can be so easy. I did awakening retreat and I've been telling that just for the heck of it, I made a couple of list items. Okay, fine, awakening retreat, this is what I'm going to achieve. There was a couple of materialistic benefits also, spiritual growth also. And I had forgotten about it. Retreat was so full of joy and a lot of work happened. Ki kuch yaad hi nahi tha. But after a month, when I reflected back, everything happened with so much of ease, grace, and joy. So as Mamta was saying, we just walk that life becomes so easy. And I think in today's time where everybody is struggling with stress and difficulties, experiencing a life with a lot of alignment, with a lot of ease and graciousness. Thank you so much for giving us Radical. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gunjan. Can you just let us know a little about you?
Yeah, so I work for a real estate firm. I am a Pakka corporate professional, been in the industry for 18 years. I'm based out of Bangalore. Last 10 years, I've been exploring and every modality available. I have learned numerology, astrology to everything. But I think moment I entered Radical, it answered most of my questions that I have. I'm still a student, I'm still learning. And a lot of shifts that happen in this 1 year. Words will fall short to describe, but it's a beautiful thing for anybody to experience.
Thank you so much. I would also introduce today, Varsha's here. Of course, I'm so indebted to so many people who've contributed to Radical. Varsha is one strong pillar. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Varsha, just 2 minutes. I call her nanny of Radical when I'd practically given up. I didn't know that I'll be ever teaching Radical, but I wanted to just fine-tune Chakra notes and compile it. Varsha's put in days and nights to bring it to a level where it is now easy to read. Of course, after that, Mamta, Jaya, Carol, so many people have further refined it. But Varsha's been there when it was like a kind of still a baby. Varsha, over to you.
Thank you. It's entirely my pleasure, my honor. Words cannot express the gratitude. The major shift that has happened in my life is that what I once upon a time perceived as major trauma in my life, today I look at it that all that happened was for the highest good of the entire existence. And I just happened to play a small role in all of it. I am truly grateful, Aatmn, for standing by me as a friend, as a guide, as a mentor. Thank you so much to the entire Radical family.
Thank you, Varsha. Thank you so much. And my
May I
deep,
say something, Aatmn?
yes, sure, Anita, pleasure. Please,
So I
please.
just want to tell, someone asked, will I know how to use a pendulum? So I just want to say that when I joined you, my pendulum would not move and yours would just go spinning. And, I used to feel I'm such a useless person. How will I ever learn this and all? But then, of course, now it spins a lot. And then I remember I had a pain in my heel,
Hmm.
below the heel, and then you checked with your pendulum and you said that you're feeling victimized, or too much of something. And then the best part was that you used to say make your own affirmation. So I made an affirmation that if I was a victim, that means that I depended on people, so my happiness depended on them. So I said my happiness is independent of everyone, and that has really helped me. Of course, I went home and I told my kids that I will no longer be a victim to you, and they were so surprised. They thought that they were the victims, to my so I know that this journey has been so beautiful, and how I have got rid of so many of my pains and all because of the Redikall. And I always carry a pendulum with me in my bag, and my pendulum helps me so much. Thank you so much for being there.
Most
Thank you.
welcome, Anita. You've no idea how silently you've contributed. And your sheer persistence, faith, and openness has encouraged me to present more and more. Anita used to be there almost in every workshop, and then there was one time I had to be a little firm and say, Anita, enough, you've learned enough now. Okay. So we have here Sienna. Would you like to come forward, Sienna? You'd be the last, of course, because we'll talk about many more things. If you're not, just let me know by switching on the video. So, okay, she's just written. I think she's shy. Sienna is a co-editor for my book. Hello, this is Money speaking. This is again based on Chakra. It's because of I'm sorry, because of this. Let me just change the background now. I edit this background because of, एक second now. Choose virtual background. No. Not happening. No, chakras don't want to go, sorry. Anyway, it's not happening just now. Anyway, so the Sienna is saying, a Redikall has become a way of life for me since I did the course. Not a day has gone by without using Redikall at home, work. I'm now aware and can resolve my thoughts that didn't work for me. Blaming others is now a thing of the past. I use Redikall with people I work with, children, college students, families, facing emotional, physical abuse. Extremely grateful to Aatmn and Redikall team for the shift in life, and I can only hope that more people experience the magic. Yes, Sena is working in Goa, especially with abused women and children, and she's extensively using Redikall to help them. I'm so glad, Sienna, Redikall is reaching out to so many people through you. And here I can't resist and say no to Dr. Preeti if she is volunteering. Yes, Dr. Preeti, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Aatmn ma'am. So I joined Redikall in 2017, and I attended a workshop with you called Total Transformation, which is when I was like so awed by the things and the facts you revealed to us. And I became a Redikall student. However, why I wanted to open up is today when everybody's sharing their own experiences, what happened to them. Of course, for me also, it's become a way of life. I changed my relationships, finances, health, everything has started improving so much with Redikall. But being a doctor and being a dermatologist, we realized that the skin and the brain and the mind basically is connected, where the mind-body connection comes in. And I started doing this for my patients. And here I want to share one experience where a patient of mine who's a good friend has been suffering for eczema since years. During the pandemic with the sanitizers, a lot of us got hand eczema. and she would put her creams and it would be gone. But there was this one point on the, this area which would not go, and she says, my hands are cracked, I can't work, I can't do any housework, what is this, Preeti, how do I deal with this? And I saw the chakra was shattered, shattered feeling. So I asked her, has anything happened in your life? She says, no, I'm fine, there's nothing is shattering me. So I said, well, what's been going on? And she says, after my mother-in-law is gone, I'm still integrating a lot of things in my life. I said, what did you use the word integrating? She says, yeah. I said, so when you're shattered, then you'll integrate, right? And she says, yeah, man. So this is where our subconscious mind, our words, what we are going through, we sometimes don't realize. But if we pick up the words and we help them, and then when I made her say the affirmations, lo and behold, the eczema was gone with the same cream that she was using, and it was not working all those 20 days that she was suffering, and then it was healed. So like that, I've done so many patients who have miraculously healed, and all thanks to Redikall. I've just become a channel. I think we all want to, spread the word. And so anywhere, anytime I find a chance to spread Redikall, I do it with everybody around me. And I'm very grateful and thank you to you and all the Redikall team.
That's so generous of Dr. Preeti. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sharda from Spain, she says, no words can express about Redikall. One has to experience eating the sweet fruit. You will be greedy for this sweet fruit. Yeah, I can tell you, because most of the programs when we have, it's midnight for Sharda, and she wakes up in the middle of the night to participate in this program. So I can imagine how she is relishing this fruit called Redikall. Thank you so much, Sharda. That was a lovely metaphor. Listening to this may encourage you, but will never give you an idea and extent to which you can really shift in your personal space. How much you'll shift will be based on how much you practice, how much you take it back, how much you apply, and from where you begin. So people who begin with a lot of mess will have lesser mess. People who have lesser mess will have a lot of clarity. People who have a lot of clarity will have amazing spiritual evolution, and people who are already evolved will have fantastic connectivity and independence to handle their life on their own. So a lot depends upon where you begin. I'm not saying that everybody goes through the same journey. The journey could be different for different people. Laila is saying, in fact, this acknowledging for Redikall is not for Aatmn, but our energy to flow out. I'm loving and living Redikall day in and day out. Thank you so much, Laila. Laila is the first one to give positive feedback and testimonials on different platforms, which I come to know much later, and I feel surprised because I never even reach out, but she does it with joy. Thank you, Laila. Now you would wonder, okay, fine, even if it is good, what do I do? How do I learn? There are different ways. So one is social media. Keep in touch with the social media. It's the free and yet very open platform. We freely share quite a bit of things and knowledge, but trust, it's not knowledge. It's about alignment with the knowledge that can bring about the shift. Second is the book, Redikall Crystalline Mind, and also, hello, this is Mani speaking. Third one is getting published after a long gap. I'd written my first book, which is now gone for republishing, and I'm excitedly waiting for it. The name of that book was Quest for a Guru, and now it's coming with a different name. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep it as a surprise. The book should be out within a month. You can read the books and get a gist of it, especially Redikall Crystalline Mind. And third thing that you could do is do small little free events, bigger events. We have two kinds of curriculums. One is a step-by-step, in-depth curriculum where we not only just teach, but make sure that you practice and apply in life and make sure that it becomes a part of your life. And that is a spiritual solution curriculum. It's a very slow process, but at the same time, very intense and in-depth process where you literally emerge as a different person um, over a period of time. You're no longer the same person who used to react to everything. And now, after the curriculum, you understand how things work and why things are the way they are, and your style of responding to the same situation shifts so much. So that's always my favorite recommendation to everyone. However, not everybody has that kind of patience and luxury. Some people want to go on a fast forward move. And for them, the recommended um, curriculum is Radical Crystalline Mind, a crash course. Okay, so that is a 2-day course, which I'm reviving after a long request. A lot of my senior students have been requesting that we're missing the way you used to teach once upon a time. And, we want to catch up and we want to understand that. And so I'm inviting all my old students to just refresh it if you feel like, because a lot of things have shifted in radical space and it's amazing the way it has now shaped. We're going to have 2 things. One is radical as on-site event that is in Delhi right now. The one which is announced is in Delhi, and second we're going to announce in Mumbai. Mamta, can you just find out and make those announcements? Uma was to do, but she's not here.
Yes.
Just do me a favor, or just get it from the website and just put across whatever is the dates and all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Laila saying in Mumbai, it does certainly. I mean, if the time permits, we'll do it in Mumbai as well, or even in Kolkata. Hello, I have a few questions. Does the crash course be sufficient enough to practice, or if we need to have a deeper dive into other levels, as mentioned by you, can it be practiced online as well? How does it enhance hypnotherapy practice? If you've done hypnotherapy, Radical would complement. In fact, it was taught as a part of level 5 once upon a time, and was very popular then. A lot of people used to wonder that, it super simplifies the whole understanding and working around. And it used to be taught over 1.5 to 2 days only, and yet it used to be helpful. So for you, yes, sure. It would help, Mohit, if you're already doing hypno, this can complement. However, if you really want to work on your personal transformation, I would say sooner or later, you do spiritual solution curriculum in a step-by-step way. Next course would be in December 1st week. One course is just started. Yes, the course just started is Spiritual Solution Curriculum. So let me again tell you, Radical, you can learn through crash courses, through webinars, and through very in-depth course called Spiritual Solution Curriculum. In crash course, we have Radical Crash Course that is on Chakra, and second is Awakening series, part 1, 2, and 3. Next Awakening retreat is in November in Puri, 3rd week of November in Puri, Jagannath Puri. Can it be practiced online? Certainly. Radical is one of the easiest thing that you can practice online. We have done amazingly well during the entire lockdown, where a lot of other healing modalities could not be practiced, and a lot of people managed to go full on online, though Radical is essentially so far taught as self-healing and self-help practice. However, you can certainly combine it with whatever therapy or trainings that you're already doing and do it. What is taught is not allowed to be used for the training material, but you can certainly use to help others in conjunction with other therapeutic practice. It's a copyrighted and trademark curriculum. We have not opened up for teaching randomly because we are not yet sure that it will go in the right spirit, in a right way, with the right message. And that's one of the reasons we are holding the rights. Yeah. But helping people in conjunction or as a standalone system, yes, sure. But if you really want to take it up seriously, maybe you can think of taking up spiritual solution curriculum. Any other question apart from that? Mamta, over to you if you found out.
A few minutes, Aatmn. I'm just
Going through it?
yeah,
Okay. So most of you have come through the WhatsApp group. Stay tuned. Uma will post the, just a sec, the offer. Who's there? Demo karo ek. Acha, Varsha is saying demo karo. Sure, meanwhile, let me do the demo and then Mamta will find out. Okay, who would like to come forward for a demo? Not, I mean, if you haven't experienced, this would be a great time to experience. It could be a question, any question that needs answer, any aches and pains, anything that is bothering you, any guidance that you need. Yeah, who says? Yes, Ritika.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Very well, ma'am. Ma'am, there's a problem in my left ear.
Huh.
There's a pressure that is not being there. So I
Hmm.
went to the ENT today. So he said there's no wax issue or there's no problem. But he will have to do some tests to see that. But I'm shit scared of, because the left ear, the pressure is not there. So I don't know how to go about it. And I think I was lucky that today I'm here. So you can help me in that.
It's very simple, Ritika. Just say, I'm ready to listen to my inner calling.
I'm ready to listen to my inner calling.
Yeah, keep saying. Just now.
I'm ready to listen to my inner calling. I'm ready to listen to my inner calling. Inner calling. I'm ready to listen to my 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 inner calling. I'm ready
Yes.
to listen to my inner calling.
What's happening as you say this?
There is still a pressure.
Any shift, even a bit?
Not really right now.
Okay. Now say, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my resistance to listen to my inner calling.
With soul's love, I transform and transcend
Continue
my...
doing that. I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, let me speak to Bela. Okay? Yeah. Hi, Bela. Yeah, you keep it on mute. Bela says, I have a knee pain since long time. So if you have a knee pain since a long time, the structural changes does take little time to heal because the bones have wear and tear and sometimes even spikes. So those spikes do not dissolve overnight, but if there are functional pains, they go in few minutes to seconds and, they go dramatically. Still, we can try it out, Bela. I'm just going to check out why does my audio is not working. No problem, Bela. So why does Bela have knee pain? Or what does she need to do? Let me just check. Left contribution chakra, reminder to remain open to give, deliver, impart and contribute. Is it a left knee pain or right? Just let me know, Bela. Right knee pain. So there's something that you need to give, which you're not ready to give. Is it on the right side, upper, lower, middle, or lateral? What is it? Let me just get contribution. I'll tell you what. It's a right. Because knee chakra has several other reminder to have compassion. Inside part. Okay, got it. So there is some relationship which is little difficult. And the person with whom you are in relationship needs a little more compassion from you and allowance of intimacy and closeness in a relationship in a compassionate manner. Probably in your mind, that person doesn't deserve that kind of compassion, and he or she is pretty difficult. But put yourself in that person's shoes. Probably they only give you what's there with them. And keeping aside their treatment towards you, what they've done in the past, remain compassionate enough. So say, I allow myself to compassionately reconnect and be intimate or close to XYZ, whoever is that person beloved. So I allow myself to compassionately reconnect and remain intimate to XYZ. That would be perhaps an appropriate statement. Probably if I meet you face to face or online correctly, I can give you and redesign that well. But right now, just try this out. Yes, meanwhile, Redikall, what's happening?
Ma'am, it was on the left ear in the morning, but I just mistakenly felt now it's in the right ear.
What do you need to listen to?
Sorry?
You're blocking from listening. Right here
feel-
is about huh?
I feel so that, this has come now. Blocking from listening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too much of pressure. Maybe that's why I'm blocking.
Yeah. So say I easily, I remain myself open. Why are you blocking? Let me just figure that out.
Okay.
Right honor chakra. You don't get the kind of honor. So I invite XYZ, you know whom, to communicate with me in an honorable way, in a dignified way or respectable way.
Okay.
Don't block people. Block, invite them, intend and invite the experience that you're looking for instead of blocking them.
Yeah, I started blocking people. I like disconnecting from everybody.
So what do you want? Just intend and invite that. So I intend and invite respectable communication.
Okay, I intend and invite respectable communication. I feel people don't understand me. This is what I feel.
Okay, I intend and invite people to understand me as I understand them.
Right, ma'am. I'll do that. I intend and invite.
Say it for 2 minutes, 7 times.
Yeah. I'll do that and I'll mute myself and do that and let you know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have upcoming courses of online as well as on-site. And next is in Delhi, and the upcoming course in Delhi is on upcoming course in Delhi is on, I think, 14th and 15th over weekend. Just a second. Just a sec. Mamta, can you put the dates, please? I'm so lost without that. I was expecting my team members to be there. Ritika, meanwhile, how are you feeling?
14, 15, 16.
Yeah, so 14th, I'm doing Soul Meta Play, and 15th and 16th is a Redikall course, and December course is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. We are here. We're going to have it online course. Right. Okay, Ritika, how are you feeling?
The pressure has gone down.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's So your right ear pain was reminding you to invite respect. Okay. People rather than blocking people from talking to you.
Yeah. So first it was left, then it went to right. So it's both ears.
Yeah. When it is left, that means don't block your inner calling. Your inner
Mhm.
voice is telling you something. Listen to it. When it is right, it's a reminder. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that you'll not get it. Every time you have a right ear pain, think about it. Why? Whom are you blocking and why you're blocking? So when you block, people, you're blocking an experience and not people. So that means you have difficulties with the experiences. So if you have a difficulty with the experiences, might as well, rather than avoiding experience, proactively choose what experience you are looking for. And if you're very sure in your intent, people will comply and respond to your core intent. Okay. So invite the right intent, right experience rather than blocking people. That's a message for you, Redikall. Okay. All right. So
Thank you, ma'am.
you're most welcome.